I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message!
What's going on, family? It's your guy, Boy, the Lucky Libra here. Thank you for tuning in to another one, all right? As you can see by the title, we're going to be getting into the archetype energy of the Aquarius zodiac sign, all right? So this is it, y'all. We're at the end of the sign series, okay? This series was just talking about the energies of the sign, not sun in the sign, all right? So this is just giving you the overall structure of how this sign was created and where the zodiac sign derives from, because they come out of the houses. So now we at the 11th sign, all right? Aquarius. Yeah, I know I got my split with me and all that. So let's get right into it. Aquarius zodiac sign. So now we're back into air house, okay? Aquarius comes out of the 11th house, and the energies that Aquarius governs, the energies that the 11th house governs is how you conduct yourself in the public arena, how we interact in the unknown, okay? 11th house is a mystic house, all right? So we covered the 8th, and we covered Scorpio and Sagittarius, the 8th and 9th house, okay? And now, which is 8th house is like the occult, mystic type house, the occult, esoteric, hidden knowledge type house. Then we have the 9th house, which is the house of enlightenment, broader perspectives on spirituality, astrology, metaphysics, philosophy, all right? We're traveling in the mind and broadening the ideas of the mind, all right? And reflecting from our experiences, learning from our experiences. And now, an 11th house is communicating with the unknown, all right? How you conduct yourself in the public arena. All right, we just came out of the 10th house, the Capricorn house, which is, our social status and how we make what we built and make out of ourselves, and how we're seen through the consciousness that we've been through, how we create structure and stability and legs to stand on. But now in Aquarius, how do we interact with others in the unknown? How do we interact with others in the public arena? And Saturn is home here, so it's how our associates, how we interact networking wise, all right? Social media and technology is an emphasis in the 11th house, okay? So Aquarius is, they're trying to, what is Saturn? I'm saying Saturn is home here, but what is Saturn? Saturn is business, being practical, all right? Restrictions, limitations, and boundaries, and that we place on ourselves to get from point A to point B, in a discipline-like manner, or that are placed on us. So this is why you need to know what house, aka area of life your Saturn is in, all right? So when we place this energy here, it's about business, getting from point A to B and building. So, Aquariuses are also built on logic, and because it's an air house, all right, but it's fixed air, so they have a fixed way of communicating and logic, a fixed way of communication and logic with the Saturn-like aspect with others. So it's building relationships in the unknown, but it has a very mystique way of communicating, because it also doesn't want to just communicate. Even though it's an air sign, this is why Aquarius they're not as, they can communicate like a motherfucker. The way they use their words they do it in a very unique and mysterious way. And we're also going to emphasize why I keep using the word unique as well. But with Aquariuses, though, the difference from Libra and Gemini, they're cardinal immutable. So cardinals creating new ways to communicate, and Gemini is being mutable and adaptable to your own and other ways of communicating. So just by the cardinal mutable energy, is going to be a lot of ways that creation or new thoughts are going to be expressed or communicated with Libra and Gemini. But with Aquarius is, yes, they have the ability to communicate, but the reason why they may not come off as communicative as the two other signs is because they come out of the 11th house, which is a fixed air sign, a fixed air house, and it's Saturn here, so it's communicating with practicality, but has a fixed way. So depending on what other energies is around this Aquarius energy, they may not be as communicative, because they may just, Saturn is reserved too, all right? Saturn just don't go out there and express it. Things have to be practical with Saturn. So this is why Aquarius may not communicate if it's at something doesn't seem as practical or as logical, because there may not just be any reaction there neither. All right. Now Saturn is also exalted in Libra too. All right. But because it's cardinal air and Venus is here, and Venus is a communication, is ruled by a communication type like planet, then communication is higher. But because Aquarius is dominantly ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is home here, all right, the communication is more reserved, business like, point A to B, like communicate with purpose. All right, Aquarius is going to communicate with purpose more so than a Libra and Gemini. They might just all right, we know how we do, Libras. We know how we do. Y'all see me in my, y'all see how I communicate in my videos, all right? And this is why the ones that's rolling with me, I love y'all, because, you know, we all accept each other for the different energies and the different ways we creatively express ourselves and naturally express ourselves. So as a Libra, sometimes, listen, I had to talk so goddamn much. Like, I could put, y'all see me stuttering, so much goddamn words coming out, because I'm cardinal air. I'm always creating new ways to communicate. So I could be creating new ways to communicate in the middle of me communicating some shit. So I stumble upon new shit. It get deep with air signs, y'all. Get deep with your element, all right? But we're gonna focus on everything, break down the energies one by one. We're gonna have videos to focus on the element itself, all right? So, fixed air, right? Fixed air, associates, how we conduct ourselves in the public arena, all right? Social media, technology, communicating with the unknown, all right? 11th house energy, Saturn, business-like energy, all right? Practicality, building, okay? So this is where the associate business-like aspect comes from, all right? Making sense of our associates and the people that we're, so, because when we talk about the consciousness of the air houses, the third house is our immediate, third house in Gemini is our immediate familiar relationships, all right? Emphasis on siblings, people in your neighborhood, people that you're familiar with, grew up around. Then 7th house Libra is the one-on-one relationships. The one-on-one relationships, you have people, places, and things, and how you relate to these things one-on-one, all right? How you balance these things, how you find the harmony and justice in all of these things, but on a one-on-one analyzation, all right? And then you ended up finding balance by focusing on them in a one-on-one manner. But then the 11th house is how you develop your communication, right? And how you take that in a unique way. And that's how you communicate with associates or business to make structure and stability out of your relationships, all right? To make them make sense. Okay, this is Aquarius. Okay, this is Aquarius. So, Uranus is co-ruled here. Uranus is co-ruled here, okay? And what is Uranus? Uranus is uniqueness, individuality, power, dealing with power and control issues, okay? Transformation, okay? So when we talk about, it's a very powerful planet, and this is a generational planet just like Pluto and Neptune, okay? So it has a farther influence and whatnot, but you know, Uranus is a strong motherfucker. Uranus is some shit, y'all. So Uranus being co-ruled here, you know, in order to be unique, you know, there's also rebellion energy here with Uranus in the 11th house, because you have to rebel or oppose and go against some type of way of what's already normal in society or a norm, you feel me? So this is why Aquariuses have opposing, naturally have opposing mindsets, naturally have unique ways to describe and see and communicate and feel about things, because Uranus adds the opposing individuality factor. But to be an individual, that's how you have to rebel, all right? And so this is the energy exchange with how Aquarius is in 11th house builds your uniqueness and how you conduct yourself in the public arena, because you also see what an Aquarius is opposes against, and through what you oppose and what you attach or like or label yourself as, this is how people see you. So, you know, this also creates your energy within the public arena, okay? So this is why I was using the word unique earlier in the video, because Aquarius is with mixing that with Saturn and the air-like energy, This creates a very unique individual that knows how to communicate on a very intellectual way, communicate with purpose, okay, know how to integrate relationships that make sense in their lives. And you know, Aquariuses, they helpers, man. They're like the humanitarians of the world, for real. Because it's like when you talk about Saturn creating structure and stability and being able to build and be practical and logical, but it's an air house, so we're dealing with relationships and whatnot. You know, the Aquarius energy in itself in the world, we're talking about the 11th house, so the consciousness, we about to be in the 12th house, so this is like God's consciousness towards the end of the zodiac. And you know, at this point, you're looking at the public arena and the more so of the collective consciousness as well, and you're seeing, you know, how we could all, how structure and stability can be created among us, you know, utilizing certain resources, earth-like energies, Saturn-like energies, I should say, you know, how to utilize resources and come together, and how we should be interacting in the public arena, in our own public environment. So get deep with Aquariuses. So this is why they have the humanitarian energy. And a lot of them also have, just like Capricorn, they share like that energy of like, more so Aquarius than Capricorn, but share that energy. You know, Capricorn later in life build this energy, but they share the energy, you know, really wanting to get structure for themselves in order to be providers for others. All right. Now, the sun falls. The sun doesn't fall. The sun falls in Libra. The sun doesn't like to be its detriment in Aquarius. So, you know, Aquarius can be, you know, have like the stagnant factor, be very in the head a lot. You know, we like to correlate Aquariuses to like aliens in the zodiac, and that is a stereotype that I can say is like a true stereotype, because, and I say that in a compliment type of way, because I don't even get down with super mundane physical dumb shit. Like I be all up in the head and analyzing shit through a whole nother motherfucking perspective. Like, you feel me? Like so I'm off the wall with it, with my true spiritual beliefs and everything. So that's why I love Aquarius, the energy of Aquarius, is because I know they're gonna have a very unique mindset most of the time on how their outlook of things, on spirituality, and how we all relate to each other, especially business wise too. All right, very intelligent people in that area. You know, when we make the alien reference, people joke about it, but like I joke about it in a compliment type way. I joke about it in a way, I look at it as a compliment. I compliment Aquarius on being able to be individuals in this and be unique in this world that we live in. All right, Aquariuses are the first to look at something like, oh, you just follow the pack. I could tell you act just like how the people around you act, and that's not really you. And I haven't even met the people around you. The Aquariuses, all right? Some wise motherfuckers too. So, but yeah, the sun is detriment here. So, you know, like I said, the actions and vitality, it could be at a standstill, at a lack here. And, you know, Aquarius could also take a lot more, you know, time to process information like Libras in their head before they take actual practical, logical sense in moving from A to B, you feel me? But at the same time, they love to communicate. They just love to communicate about things with purpose, things that they're really into or whatnot. You know, Geminis, a lot of Geminis just love to communicate. Like, they can be so enticed by just what people are talking about around them, and love to just be able to engage and communicate with others and just be talking. Libras, you know, they like to talk about shit, but Libras be liking to talk about what they like to talk about too. They like to create the conversation for people to talk about, create the idea. And then, like, it's like a Libra would create the debate and not even have an opinion on the debate till everybody's done. Like, they create the debate, see where everybody is, ask people like, why you think that? Why you think that person better? Like, oh, for real, but and be the mediator through the whole debate they created. And then it's like, all right, what you think though? All right, so that's like that Libra communicate. Aquarius is, you know, the conversation going on, and they're gonna hear everybody's. They may not even engage it unless somebody else, you know, they love to communicate depending on, you know, what other air-like factors that they got hidden, you know, Aquarius or the 11th house is like, they love to communicate, but like, it's funny because Aquariuses might be the type to not even say anything, and then when somebody asks their opinion on something, it's like opposing right away. It's opposing, but a very unique and individual way of looking at things, though. So that's why I fuck with Aquarius. Like, I fuck with Aquarius energy. You feel me? I got Aquarius energy in my first house. You feel me? So I'm a Capricorn rising, but I got big ass first house. So my I mean every house is 30 degrees, but you know, we all have intercepted signs of houses, so depending on the degree. So I got Aquarius in my first house, so my appearance and part of how I give off my energy and first impression of what is already quirky and alien-like, off the wall, not fitting into the pack type, a little bit Aquarius like energy too, just like what I probably be wearing in videos or whatever. Like I don't even be as a Libra, I used to, like, as Libras deal with the insecurity, how they project themselves and how they look sometimes. But then Aquarius don't be giving a fuck about that shit. Like not saying they don't like to look nice, but they're not gonna put too much energy into what you think about something, because they have their own unique ways of thinking about shit. All right, and then it ends up being a unique way of communicating things. All right, so that's the Aquarius mother flipping energy archetype in a nutshell, right? 11th house. Okay, energy, how we conduct ourselves in a public arena, communicate with the unknown and mysticism and spirituality and our associates in business. All right, Saturn here, Saturn influence. Then we have co-rule Uranus. Then we have the Sun in detriment here. All right, and just to add on with the Sun in detriment, I don't think I threw enough pros in there. You know, with the Sun in Aquarius, like I said, just because it's at detriment, yeah, they may not take as much action because they're more in the thought and building process in their head and having a fixed way of thinking about how they want to do things. So they're not just going to act on it right away because they want to act on things practically. But at the same time, you know, when they do, they're like I said, just like how they speak with purpose, their actions be with purpose too. The actions be with purpose. So it's like before they make a decision, a business decision or whatever it is, like they got to be set on it logically. All right, so they got to take whatever unique thinking process they got to go into to see what they're about to get into and then act on it. You feel me? So when the actions is implemented, you know, most of the time is with some, you know, it's solid. All right, so yeah, guys, that's wrapping up the 11th house in the Aquarius archetype energy in a nutshell. Yeah, so y'all already know what it is, man. Like, leave a request, comment, questions. Y'all already know us engaged and all that. Subscribe if you are not already. Welcome me on this journey. All right, so fam, and I'm tuning in and tuning out. We're gonna be following up with the last, you know, video for this series, which is the Pisces zodiac sign 101. Peace.